Okay.
Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Hot Topics Talk Radio TV. I'm Tony Breedlove. That beautiful lady right there is Miss Yvonne Baker. And
Where?
Chris Smith is sitting out tonight. He is taking care of some stuff. So we wish him all the best. He is definitely taking care of some stuff. So we will hope to see him back here, not next week, but the week after. And then next week, we might be out because Yvonne is going to be having surgery. So
Maybe.
keep her in your prayers. That's a maybe, but keep her in your prayers. So tonight we're going to try and do this show to the best of our ability because Yvonne might get a little sleepy.
Okay. So if you see me do this, you can either continue on while I snore or wrap up.
Oh my gosh. So from the list of our topics, we had a few things that we have been going over for the past couple of weeks, but tonight in that list was you let him move in. And I don't know if I quite captured exactly what you were trying to get over on this topic, Miss Yvonne, but
Well, okay, so some women are so desperate for companion or men. It goes both ways. They're so desperate for companionship that they meet somebody today and next week they moved in, and then after they done moved in, it's like, oh shit, what why did I do that?
right.
You got um, people that move in. If they were working before they moved in, all of a sudden they got laid off, or they have so many bills, child support, they can't afford to contribute to the household, and now you're stuck with this person living under your roof that you've got to feed. You've got to, um, you know, try to maintain, I guess, try to maintain a relationship. And it's like, what was you thinking? You let him move. You let him move in.
Right, but I would think that people would discuss their financial mishaps or their
Girl,
woes before you do that. Well,
you know what?
I would, wouldn't you?
But that's us. But you have some people that you know they meet them today, and 2 weeks later they say they're pregnant. I mean, it's like, come on, think about it. You just met this person, and this person is, you don't know him, you don't
Yeah,
know him or her, and you're gonna entrust them to come in your house.
yeah,
And I mean, sex is sex, but damn, it ain't sex ain't all. I mean, it is all that, but it's like, okay, so you get a piece of ass every once in a while. It's just.
but I don't even think I can say it's just like the bills because as you're talking about that, I'm thinking even some of the weird ways, that a man might have that you move in that you don't necessarily see, when you're dating, when you're in two different households.
You know what? You honestly, you never really know anybody until you move in with them. I don't
True.
care. You can date uh for 2, 3, 4 years, and you guys live in separate households. But until that person moves in, you don't know their bad habits.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Hey, Chuck.
Oh Lord, hi Chuck. What's up, Chuck? Ooh, up Chuck.
What's up, Chuck?
Up Chuck.
Oh my God. Yeah, but you're right. You don't know someone until you move in.
No, you don't. So it's just, people just they move too fast,
Yeah.
and you don't know what you get until you got it.
Yeah. You're right. You're right. You're right. But whatever happened to the days of people thinking or saying or following like the moral code of not just moving in with someone? I mean, more people now are so willing to just move in and shack up, as they used to say, shack up, before they actually make the commitment of marriage. I mean, why don't people just get
We've
married?
passed those days. Those days are they're long gone. It's like there are no more of those days. I mean, everything is, it's just it's moving, it's moving. So people don't even try to get to really know each other anymore. They just see somebody, they like them, they're sexually attracted to them, and the next thing you know, they're wanting to go, jump in the bed, have sex.
Yeah. Yeah. Shut up, Chuck. Hey.
All right, Chuck.
um, but when you say that they're moving too fast, so let me ask you this question. We'll go back and forth with the what would you do's. How's that? So, say for instance, you met this guy yesterday, right? What
Right.
does that conversation look like on the very first interaction?
Um, I mean, it's just basically getting to know that person. It's like, you asking them. I'm asking him, what does he like to do? What does he do in his spare time? And I try to stay away from, um, you know, if he got a job, that will come because we get
Why?
me.
You don't ask that? I do.
No, I don't ask that in the
I
beginning.
ask I ask what do you do?
Well, it comes in there, but you said at the onset of me, talking.
Yeah, I want to know if
So
I
I
want to
mean,
know what they do.
it's like, I mean, you got to warm up to that. I'm not saying it's gonna be, like 2, 3 days later. It's gonna be in that same evening, but I
Okay.
kind of prolong that. Where you from, why you come here, what you doing here, how many kids you have, you ever been married
Right.
before? Because if he's been married and he's got uh 9 to 10 kids, I don't want to know what he do for a living because it's a
That
wrap.
don't matter.
It don't matter, no. Because number one, he's got child support, and if he tell me he's got a kid that's under the age of 10, yeah, yeah, it's a wrap. I mean,
Yeah.
especially if he's in our age bracket. No, I don't want. I'm not gonna raise nobody's kids, and then you got the mama drama, baby mama drama to deal with. I don't want to deal with that.
I don't blame him.
So I don't care. He can be he can be President Trump. I don't give a shit.
Oh, no, let's hope he's not President Trump.
Oh yeah, that was misspoken. But he could have a really nice job. I don't care. I don't want to raise kids. I got
Mhm.
4 of my own
Right?
that
That are
you know
grown, but
that are
they're
grown.
grown.
They are grown. So no, I don't. If they ain't grown and gone, I have no interest.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you. But the conversations now that people have, I think that they are, well, I can't say because I'm not in on their conversations, but what I would think, I would think that they are not getting to the crux of who they are in order to start making determinations if that is going to be the right person.
And, and Chuck makes a valid point. People move in for convenience,
Mm-hmm.
and I agree with you, Chuck. They do because everything now is so doggone expensive. One salary is not gonna really cut it. You
Yeah.
got to skim back and pinch every penny where just on your own. But you know, you have two salaries coming in, but that's if that other person has a salary.
Right,
You know,
right.
you can't live off of my salary and unemployment. It's not, and then he's got all of his unemployment is going for child support. So, no, it's not gonna work.
But you know what? And I think too that it can go beyond just the convenience thing with being able to pool your resources to either live under the same roof in an apartment or living to the point of trying to buy a home together, things of that nature. But what about those instances of him not making such a good impression on like the friends? Because when we look at the title, you let him move in, that to me says that one girlfriend to another is saying he ain't worth a shit.
Well, you know what? I used to listen. No, I didn't. I do not like people telling me what I should and should not do. And because they don't know that person.
Right.
I feel like they need to just stay out of my business.
But then if they have it in them to say to you, question you why you're letting someone move in, is it because maybe you shared something with them?
Well, you know what? Okay, so I am more analytical. I meet you, I'm gonna try and analyze the hell out of
Mm-hmm.
you. And my outtake is what counts. I couldn't think of the word for it, so let's I'm using that one. So what I think is what counts. So if I see something that raises a red flag, I'm start backing off or leave it alone.
Okay.
And somebody else that hasn't gotten to know that person, how are they going to be able to tell me what I should and shouldn't do? Now they may make a suggestion like, "Hey, Vaughn, are you sure this is, this guy is cool or whatever?"
Right.
And I would probably respond like, "Why? What do you think? Or what do you know?"
Right.
And then, if they tell me what they know, because I don't care what they think,
Right.
they tell me what they know, then I'm going to be a little bit more watchful.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't read what Chuck said.
Oh, he says no man should ever lay up on a woman and not work, period.
Oh, Chuck, you are so right about that. There's,
But there are men who
there's
do
a
it.
lot of men that do that. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if you know that or not, but it is. But, I have to go by what uh, about me, what I feel, how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
So so
So So if you are basically tuning in tonight via Facebook or even on YouTube, you can comment. We do welcome your comments. Also, I do want to say that if you have missed any of our past shows, you can go back to our website at hottopicstalkradio.com, as well as you can find merchandise there under the Hot Topics Talk Radio Network. Buy your t-shirts, sweatshirts, all that good stuff.
tennis
So
shoes,
yeah,
tennis shoes, they're nice.
aren't they?
They are nice. And I
Very
keep
nice.
saying I'm gonna go and order it, and then my short-term memory becomes shorter, and I keep forgetting.
So Chera on Real World News is our walking billboard. She she has bought everything on that site.
Has she?
Because I got my sweatshirt, right, and I thought to wear one night, girl, I put it on. It was so damn hot.
So it's definitely a winter sweater.
It is
Or
definitely a winter hoodie. So yeah, it's a
oh, you
nice
got
hoodie.
to
Yeah,
okay.
it's a nice hoodie. But anyway, let's see. That's not a man, that's a child. Oh, I forgot to change the comment. So anyway, so getting back to moving in together. So Chuck mentioned that it's for convenience, but I sent you and Chris an article, and they named the reasons why people do move in together. Convenience was one, but also people think that they can move in together, and that would even rekindle something they may have lost
Oh,
without.
girl, I tell you that shit don't work.
Uh-uh,
Mm-mm.
uh-uh.
No, 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 no.
No, because you're going to sign a lease for a year, and you hate
Yeah,
their guts in 2 weeks.
exactly. And the person that you knew back then is not the person that's moving in with you on that 12 month,
Exactly.
15 month.
Exactly. Another one they were saying is that now part of the, if I can remember correctly, part of that convenience is not just to financially be able to make it and to get along, but also the convenience of sex, because now you can just roll over on it.
You can. Woohoo.
I'm just saying. That's what it said. For a lot of people, the convenience is not just finances, it has to do with the convenience of sex.
That's true. That's true.
Do you think that people move in together for the more so for the convenience of sex or more for the convenience of finances?
I think it's maybe a 60-40 split for the
See, you don't even know how to go with that one.
I know. It could be 50-50.
It could be.
It could
So,
be.
Chuck, write us and tell us what would be the convenience for you? Would it be the convenience of finance or would it be the convenience of sex? We already know what Chuck is going to say.
No. You know what? They there are some men that will not move in with a woman. Now, she can move in with him,
Right?
but he won't move in with her. He can't she can't move in. No, he won't move in with her
Right. You know why?
because if there's from what I was told, if there is a disagreement, then she can kick his ass out.
Yeah.
That's one.
But then if
But
it's a disagreement, he can kick her out.
yeah, but I guess he would rather kick her out than she kick him out.
I don't know. Chuck answered the question. He said the
So
convenience would be both. You're not playing
yeah,
fair, Chuck.
50. But you know what?
Mhm.
Um, moving in, I would prefer to live with the guy before, if it was a serious relationship. I would rather live with the person before, um, if that time ever came where we were going to get married, because I have a chance to see what I'm marrying
For a lifetime.
for a lifetime.
But then don't you think that delays it? Wouldn't that delay the plan of getting married?
So
Because
you
now
mean
you're doing all the wifely duties anyway.
you buying the milk before the cow?
Exactly.
No,
You don't think so?
no, not if the relationship is serious.
I tend to disagree.
Already discussed, and you've already discussed, you know, um, the future together. I mean, it's. I don't know. I don't have a problem living with someone, and I don't mean for the next 2 or 3 years. I mean, because you have where if you guys are planning a wedding, it would be more feasible economically
Yeah.
to live in the same household,
Mm-hmm.
and whatever he or she were paying for her own place, that could be set aside for whatever type of wedding you're gonna have. If people
I,
thought that's the way I.
I mean, I understand what you're saying, and I totally agree with that. The part that I'm having the hardest time with is that once you do decide to cohabitate and you are not married, then I think that that pushes the thought of marriage further down the line for the man. I think it does, because the
But
woman will still want it, but then a man would probably think, and I'm only speculating because I'm not a man, but it's just my thought. I would think that a man would say, well, shit, why would I get married now? Hell, I got her here. She's cleaning, she's cooking, she's taking care of me. I have sex with her and we make love all the time. Why now?
well, it is our responsibility and our duty to remind that man why we have to get married.
Then you become a nag.
we're gonna we're gonna be a nag regardless.
I don't know. I just think that men, it just pushes it further away from the surface.
You know, look at how. Okay, so and I may be contradicting myself here, but you have couples that have lived together for years. I mean years, and then they decide to jump the broom,
Hmm.
and 2 3 years afterward they get a divorce.
So why do you think that is, though?
I have no idea.
Do you really? Well, okay, so because I'm really trying to take this like piece by piece, but if if you didn't have the legalities of it before, then all of a sudden that paper then starts to make a difference. Then
And I
I
think that it is that piece of paper is like a ball and chain around a man's ankles. I mean, it's just a piece of paper, but
right,
security for not only her but for him too. So if there was something to happen to her, okay, it's like this person I work
exactly,
with. I guess he was married to this woman for 25 years, and well, he said he was married, but I kind of think not. When she passed away,
yeah,
he got nothing. And I asked him, I'm like, well, if you guys were married for 25 years, how do you end up with nothing? The
right,
house, kids got the house. If there was uh, whatever money was left in the account, the kids got her kids because they didn't have any together for 25 years. I'm like, damn, what's wrong with you?
that's a long time.
It is. So, and and then too, I you know, I was in that situation too.
Hmm.
Living with someone, and when we broke up, we were buying a house together. It was in his name under his VA loan. So only people that got anything out of it was kids with child support.
Wow. See, that's the part right there. That right there, that I think bothers me. Because if you devote your time and you dedicate yourself to someone and you're living under the same roof and you know life is not promised to anyone, you know, then all of a sudden the other person is just out.
But
So why even take that kind of chance if you care that much about someone and if you love someone, as you say you do, to move in together that you don't want to be apart, then why not make it legal?
well,
That's
see,
my thing.
thing is that we were going to make it legal, and who was I think I was pregnant with our first kid, together.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was second one. Hell, I don't know. It was one of them. But so when y'all have to forgive me, okay? So I had to take a muscle relaxer because my arm is killing me. So if I seem like I'm high, I'm not high.
Loopy.
Huh?
If you're loopy.
I'm just yeah. So it's from the muscle relaxer. So please forgive me.
Well,
But
technically, we only have like maybe 30 minutes. I'll wrap
really,
it up in 25. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
Dang, let's come back quick.
exactly. It's the
But
drugs.
it's, it is. I wish I had some better ones. Um, but so we were going to get married, but because of and I truthfully have to say, honestly have to say that it was on his part that we did because I was the
Damn,
oh,
Chuck. Maybe he's just saying he's getting life insurance on someone, just
oh,
vaguely saying it. Not on you.
well, they ain't died. They didn't die, but the thing is that sometimes you have to cut your losses to to um, to be able to.
That is so freaking sad.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, so Yvonne's muscle relaxer is kicking in. Oh my God. Do you want me to finish your thought?
Yeah, because I can't think of what the hell I was saying.
Oh my God. So so again, so Yvonne is well, she's not in any pain right now, I don't think. I think it's kicking in. So that's why she might have to have surgery, you guys. So I'm not laughing at her, I'm laughing with her. Oh my God. Oh, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let's see. What the hell is Chuck talking about now? To be left with nothing, I can't get my time back. Well, that's true. You can't. You can't get your time back.
And that's true, but you know what? Situations can be so bad until
Alan Strother, I want to remain friends with you, so you can't move in with me.
oh no, Alan, believe me, you do not want to live with Tony.
No, because I am like so ticky.
It's even worse than that.
Is it really?
Yes.
No.
When it comes, see, you and I, Tony and I could live together. We lived together for what, 2, 3 years?
Almost 2 years.
Yeah. So we have the same, pretty much the same personality.
You're right, because you know what? We really didn't have any issues because, hell, we both knew when each other was in a bad mood.
We did.
So we would go to our separate rooms. And then
Yeah.
the next day it'd be, what's up, girl?
Yeah, like nothing ever happened. Or even later on that night.
Yeah.
And but I've seen Tony around men. And believe me.
Wait a minute. Wait.
Wait.
I know you're on drugs. So what are you going to say?
No, I was no, I ain't that good. But just believe me, I've seen Tony around men. You don't want you don't no.
What the hell?
Especially if you piss her off. Oh man,
Yeah, it's not good.
that's not good. It
It's
is
really
not.
not good. Yeah, it's not a good thing.
If looks could kill you, ooh, Lord have mercy.
But the thing is, okay, put it this way. It would take somebody just as strong-willed as I am.
Then you be bumping heads.
But just think about the makeup. Even more intense.
I remember somebody was just as strong-willed as you.
Do you really?
Yeah, you couldn't stand his ass. Y'all were like, no, I don't mean it was fist fighting. That was
Yeah, it was a battle.
Heads, yeah.
Yeah, it was always a battle.
Because they were actually equally yoked.
Yeah.
And he wanted it his way, she wanted it her way, and there was no meeting of the minds in the middle. So, Alan, stay wherever you are. Beware.
Oh, Alan Strather. You want to move in with me? Alan can move in with me. Because we're two of a kind. We're basically the same person. He's just male, I'm female. We could make it. Me and Alan could make it. Probably not. Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't know Alan. I haven't seen him.
Alan is the sweetest.
Oh, Chuck.
Whatever, Chuck. Whatever. You always on appeal. How's that?
Really?
Now, what you got to say about that? But anyway, I forgot. I didn't even take anything, and I just forgot what we were saying.
And you gonna want me to remind you what you said?
Oh, but okay. So I think we were talking about. I don't know what the hell we were talking about because you had went off somewhere else.
Wait. So I know I was saying that sometimes you have to cut your losses. And because for your own peace of mind.
Yeah.
Regardless of what it is, what you're about to lose, cut your losses, say adios, sayonara,
and be done.
Huh?
And be done.
And be done.
Yeah.
Because it's not worth the battle. I mean, I mean, we were together long enough where it was common law. But I could have taken him to court, but I didn't want the battle.
Would that have been truly worth it?
No.
Really?
I mean, what it did was sell the house and we split up. God knows how much money, but
right.
But it wasn't. I would still have to see him, and and right now, hey, y'all know any hit? No.
You can't say that on air.
I'm kidding.
Oh my God. I don't have nothing to do with it. What is it they say on some networks? They say the opinions are not necessarily shared by the host. That part.
But no, sometimes you have to cut your losses and move on.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I know that I know, of people who have stayed in those relationships when it was clearly not worth the headache and the problems, and it's sad to see somebody go through that, because if it's not worth it, it's just not worth it. It's just not worth it. And I don't understand how people can make each other miserable when it starts to go sour, because you would think, because I've had relationships before where I knew and that person knew that, it's just not working. And we both understood that. We had that discussion. We decided to then take our separate paths, and we were able to remain friends, because I think that's important. I think.
It is.
So yeah, I have to agree. You have to cut your losses. You do. You have to go your separate ways. Let's see what else these guys are saying in here. Oh Lord. Let's see. Hey Denise, cousin Denise in the Bay.
Hi Denise.
All she doing is laughing at us, girl. Family members put your ass away if they think it's wrong. Oh my God. Alan says, I once wrote, winning the war may not be the best thing. If I think he said, if you bleed too much in the battle. That's true.
Yeah.
You can actually hurt someone to the core, where it's really not worth it. It's not worth it, because you say some things, you can't unring that bell. So when you are thinking about moving in with someone, you have to know that if it ends, it might end badly, but you can walk away. You have to walk away. But going back into the marriage piece of all of this, you're not able to walk away, I don't think, as quickly as you would if you are just living together, cohabitating.
People, you know what? And people don't, there's a lot of couples that piece of paper means nothing to them. It's like,
So why get married?
Because it was the thing to do.
Hell, I can fix a margarita tonight or tomorrow night because it's a thing to do.
That's right.
But do I need it? No.
People it's like now, in this century, it's like people are so careless with their relationships.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, they don't think about who they're moving in with, who they're even who they're talking to, because you don't even know who you're talking to anymore. You'd be talking to Jack the Ripper.
Yeah.
Junior.
Yeah.
But they have that. There's no kind of sense of consideration on what you're doing with this other person.
Do you think that people make those decisions because when you say they're not thinking of the other person, they're not taking into consideration the other person? Do you think for a lot of reasons, if someone is pushing to, say, move in with you or have you move in with them, are they selfishly thinking of themselves and not taking into consideration what this move or this transition could do to the other person?
But okay, so you have somebody pushing up on you to move in with them,
Mm-hmm.
and shouldn't you think about, well, why is this person trying to get me to move in so much, so hard? It's supposed to be a two-way street there.
Yeah.
If this person is pushing you to move in with it, and they're like, okay, so why should I move in with you?
Yeah. Because then you have to wonder, why? I mean, why are you pushing so hard? But then Alan says he stayed married for 11 years too long and he still suffers for it. Best advice, don't stay too long.
So how long is too long?
Yeah. But then I'm sure that, Alan has beautiful kids. So I'm sure that there were circumstances as to why, he stayed in the marriage as long as he did. And then you should have moved in with me, Alan. Told you. No, I'm kidding. Let's see. He says that my consideration was that I didn't want another man raising my kids. That's huge.
It is.
It's huge. But then my question was how miserable did it make you and your then wife? When all it was is that you didn't want someone else raising your children. I mean, that has to be miserable for the kids because I'm sure they're not oblivious to whatever is going on. They sense that there's something going on between mom and dad. Um, so how do your children become affected by you staying in it 11 years too long? You know, I'd have to question that. Don't laugh at me, Alan. You know me. You know I don't have the good sense God gave me. Stop laughing at me. But yeah, I mean, really, it does. It affects everybody that you're around, not just those that are in your household. What about extended family? It affects everybody, you know?
It does.
Why stay?
And see, and that's why I took with my marriage. I was married for, well, technically I'm still married. I'm just a widow, but um, I was in that marriage longer than I should have been. But then I opened my eyes and I saw how it was affecting the kids
Mm-hmm.
and me.
Mm-hmm.
And, I was angry all the time.
Mm-hmm.
I hated to go home. I mean, it was like when it was time for me to get off work and go home, I was just dragging my feet. But then I knew I had to go. I need to go home to my kids.
Right.
So then, after a while, I just said I can't take it anymore.
That's gotta be miserable.
It was. It was miserable.
Mm.
But, it was. I think it was the best thing I had. As far as that's concerned, that was the best thing I could have done for my kids
That's
because
gotta be miserable.
it was. It was.
Jeez. I can't imagine that you start off with a person. You move in together. You eventually might end up in a marriage, or maybe not. But you've shared time with someone, right? And it gets to the point where now you are at a crossroad that you can't even stand to go home to be under the same roof.
Yeah.
I can't.
And
I
see, you know what? The
can't
thing
imagine.
is that we didn't move. We didn't live together before we got married. He lived at his place. I lived where I live, and when we went to Vegas and got married,
Mhm.
and that's when we started living together as husband and wife. So, being married before you live together, I think if I had known him before I married him, I wouldn't have married him.
You wouldn't have married him.
No.
Wow. Wow. Say Dana Butler. Hey, Dana Butler. She said, I'm set in my ways. Hell no, he can't move in. Plus, I don't want to be committed to no one but myself. I'm never getting married again. So, Dana, that's a strong feeling. Uh, how long were you married? Because and then I'm not going to ask you your business because I don't want you to put your business out there like that. But did it get to that point because maybe you guys drifted apart? Maybe you know you didn't start out equally yoked. Uh, you don't have to tell all your business, but how long were you married, and how did you get to that point where you could say that I am happy where I am, which a lot of people are. I'm happy as being single, but I one day would like to get married again. So I don't know how you get to the point of saying, hell no, I will never get married again.
Well, while she's typing that up, I agree with you, Dina.
Really?
Yes. Fuck a marriage.
Marriage is misery? Come on, Chuck. Oh my God. Let me go back to I'm going to go back to Alan's comment. She said she was married for 25 years.
Well, I wasn't married that long. Well, I'm okay.
But that's a long time. So that had to have been where those 25 years had to been like almost just pure hell, where you would say, I would never want
Well,
to
you
go.
know what? I don't think all of them was pure. Should have was pure hell. Probably the last leg of that 25 was the hell part.
Yeah. See, I was married, but I was only married for a couple of years because, when I figured out that his ass, and we friends today, but when I found out his ass was just bye, hell no. I'm not going to make myself miserable in this. I
Yeah.
understand going through tough times. I get all of that. But when you just don't want to act right, you just don't want to do, and you want to be the apple of other women's eyes and all of that other kind of bullshit, I ain't got time for that because I'm an apple myself,
Hey,
you know?
and then that's what I was going through in the relationship part. He was he was a glitter in everybody's eyes. I mean, he was doing a damn thing, you know?
Yeah, 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 yeah. So Dana said it was because he was cheating on her, and he was also very jealous. Yeah, I
So
mean,
it's okay. It
gone
was
through
okay for him, but not
exactly,
everybody else. Yeah.
exactly. I've gone through that.
I've gone. That's part of the problem I
Mhm.
had.
Yeah.
He was cheating, but then if he thought I was seeing somebody else, it was
Oh, girl.
big argument.
Exactly. Exactly. See, and that's why I said after 2 years, I walked away, and it took years for us to have a conversation. But we're good friends now because hell, he's somebody else's problem now. So,
Yeah.
you know, but it is what it is. I just don't believe that anybody should stay in something that if you feel that it's not going anywhere, if it is at a stalemate and you're making each other miserable, and like in your case, you hated to go home, nobody
Hmm.
should live like that. Nobody.
That's why I left. Couldn't do it anymore.
Not good. So now that we know that Miss Dana will never get married, I'm going to ask the question to Alan. I already know the answer. So, Alan, would you ever get married again? I want to hear.
Are you fishing?
Am I fishing? No.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Fishing for an answer. But no, I know Alan. I know me and Alan, we go back elementary school.
I'll go way back, right?
Way back. See, and I already knew the answer. He doesn't think so. Because you know what? Let me say this. Let me tell you about Alan without telling you Alan's business. Okay. So Alan would be the man that a woman would look at and say, God damn, he's fine.
Oh yeah, I
And
know that.
he is. He is. Okay. He's got his shit together. He's um he's intelligent.
Hmm.
He is a man of integrity. Uh,
Hmm.
he is a man of God,
Hmm.
and he believes in talking through things and having an understanding, not just an understanding of what someone needs to understand from him, but also an understanding of others. He's compassionate. He's empathetic. He's everything that I think a woman would want in a man. Everything. But the thing about Alan is Alan, he already knows his worth and he's not going to put up with someone's bullshit. He's just not. He can say it so nicely too to someone. You're full of shit, but not say exactly that. He'll have your
Hey,
ears bleeding.
Alan, would you marry me?
Well, there's a wedding proposal.
I mean, you know what? He sounds like the perfect man. Now, if I met
Yes.
somebody like Alan with all those attributes, I probably would think twice
Yeah,
before
he's
getting married
yeah,
again.
but
But
he is a wonderful, wonderful man. And he's been a wonderful friend for 40 years, more than 40 years. So yeah, so he just said, sure, Yvonne.
Yes. Okay. CLC. He accepted my proposal.
Yeah, I hear wedding bells.
Ding dong, ding dong.
So I'm going to go to this comment from Dana. She says, "Since I've been single, I don't have to smell no stinky feet.
Yeah. Except my own stuff.
I ain't got to wash nobody else's dirty drawers. I
Yeah.
ain't got to hear no snoring. I'm loving being single."
How long have you been single?
Well, she was married for 25. Yeah, so yeah, that's a good question. So, good question. How long you been single? Let's see. After Alan has accepted your wedding proposal or marriage proposal, see, he loves another
Oh,
woman.
see, started my life.
But wait, he just made me his.
Yes.
He made me his side piece. Alan, I ain't nobody's side piece, baby. Damn. How you gonna get married to Yvonne and then make me the side chick? God dog it. And not to mention
I'm
we
not.
friends and we're relatives. We're cousins. Serious?
Dirty draws.
Oh my God. I never knew someone to just make me an outright side chick. And especially on air.
Before the wedding, before our wedding.
Yes. Oh my God. So Dana says she's been single for over 10 years. That's a long time.
Long time.
It is a long time. So it is hard to try and get out of your ways. I mean, you're looking at two women that have been single for probably as long as that, if not longer, you know, because I think my marriage ended when I was 24 years old, 25. And I'm how old? Really?
What?
The whistle?
Oh no, I had a twitch in my arm.
So the only reason why Alan says that he has made me his side piece is because he's Mormon. You're a
Oh,
liar, Alan. Oh
oh,
my gosh. Oh my gosh. See, the time has ticked down quickly. We've got 6 minutes
okay.
and you're still awake. Not for
Barely.
long. Yeah, not for long. Oh my gosh. So anyway, let's go ahead and start closing this out. I wish we could have stayed longer tonight, but like I said earlier, and like Yvonne said earlier, she's, in a little bit of pain. So we appreciate her being able to come here and do the show tonight. And of course, we've missed Chris, but we want to try and make sure that we get Yvonne, off air so she can get comfortable. Okay. And so,
Yes.
yeah.
Please, please, please.
So tonight, again, we were talking about, or asking the question, you let him move in. We might have to come back and do some more about this, but extend it to marriages and walking out and all that kind of stuff. But I also heard of a good topic. I'm not even going to say it on air. It'll be a good one. It'll be a good one. So maybe
Did you hear? Was it today?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about. Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. Good one.
In that case, I got another one for you too.
Oh boy. See, the one that we were just talking about, that would be a good one because see, now that I'm a side piece, thank you, Alan, for giving me that title. That would be a good topic for next week. I think so.
Oh, we did side piece already.
Not in the way that I twisted today's subject matter.
Okay.
It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting because I kept thinking about it when I was in the car, and I'm like, okay. So anyway, let's see. Last comments. Hey, Alicia, good to see you. Thank you. Great topic. Thanks. Get better, Tony. I'm okay, sweetheart. I'm okay. It's Yvonne who is about to pass out. She took a muscle relaxer. She's having some pain. So we're going to try and get off of here. Dana, her last and parting comment, I love this show. And thank you, girls, so much for praying for. We're praying for you, Miss Baker. Feel better soon. What does Chuck have to say? All three of us shaking up. Shacking up. All right. Yeah, whatever. See, now he's talking about orgies and shit. Alan made me a side piece. Now he's trying to sell us off to Chuck. What is going on here? Not good. Anyway. All right. So I just want to say thank you to everybody who has joined us tonight, has watched tonight's show. Again, Chris Smith is out taking care of some business. He'll be back in 2 weeks. We're going to let Yvonne get some rest. But to catch up on all the shows, go to hottopicstalkradio.com. And there you can catch up on the shows, as well as you can purchase your HTTR merchandise, sweatshirts, t-shirts, cups, all kind of good stuff. Tonight's show has been sponsored by FES Protection, Miss Stephanie Warren Jenkins. Also, Urban Sentinel, thank you, Reggie Kearney, and also Gina Smith at SPMG Media. So we thank all of our sponsors. We thank you for tuning in and watching the shows every night. Make sure that you follow us on Facebook, and you can get information on the shows that are upcoming. As always, we're here on Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock p.m. Pacific, 10 o'clock Central, and 11 o'clock on the East Coast. We're wishing you a very wonderful rest of your night and a fantastic week. The rest of your week, and make it a good weekend, everybody. So we're going to get out of here. Let Yvonne sleep. See you guys later. Deuces. Good night, everybody.
Love you guys. Thank you.
Love you back, cuz. Get some rest. Thank you for tuning in to Hot Topics Talk Radio TV with me, Tony Breedlove, Yvonne Baker, and Chris Smith sitting out for the next couple of weeks. Make sure that you do follow us on Facebook. And again, we thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts of all of the support and the love that you give us and coming in and watching each and every one of our shows. Make sure that you go to the website at hottopicstalkradio.com and visit our store where you can purchase t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, socks and cups and cell phone covers and all kind of different things. We got that there for you to support the network. So have a wonderful rest of your night, a fantastic rest of your week, and we'll see you back here on Wednesday night on Hot Topics Talk Radio TV. Good night, everybody.